So guys, the numbers are in. The ratings for the first week of the NFL are officially in, and it's a disaster. I tried to tell people, you cannot be emotional about this stuff. You have to use logic. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman, and you're watching A Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my videos. And most importantly, follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. And also share A Black Conservative Perspective. Let's get it. All right, so the ratings are in, guys. Let's do a rundown of the numbers, and then I'm going to give you guys my perspective on this. So the Kansas City Chiefs and Houston Texans, the opening game of NFL weekend, had about 19.3 million views, and that's down 12.3% from last year's opening game between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers in 2019. Now, Sunday Night Football between the Cowboys and the Rams had 18.9 million viewers, and that's down about 15.3% from last year's Sunday Night Football opening game as well. Now, the one tiny little good spot for the NFL is that the Tom Brady game between the Bucks and the Saints was actually up 8% from last year. All right, guys, so now that I've went over the numbers, what's the conclusion on this? It's like I've been trying to tell these super woke people for so long in my last two videos. You guys don't understand business, guys. You don't understand business, right? Like, before I started doing this YouTube thing, I worked in financial services, guys. So, you know, I understand a little bit about how companies work. And I know that what the NFL doing is not good for business, right? The ratings show it. First of all, there are no fans at the game this season, right? And with there being no fans at the game this season, they're going to lose millions, if not billions of dollars just this year from the fact that there's no fans at the games, right? That's the first thing. And you would think that with Corona going on and people being inside, people being unemployed, that viewership would be crazy. You would think the viewership will be up under circumstances like this, right? And everybody's been wanting sports. Everybody's been wanting to get away from politics, right? Because the only thing that's on the news is politics and stressful stuff. The American people have been waiting to take the edge off and to find a way to get away from all the stresses of everyday life. And that's what sports was for us. And now the NFL players and these woke fans have introduced politics into sports, and look what happens. The NFL ratings has failed. The viewership is falling. That is a big deal. You know why that's a big deal? Because long term, if the trend keeps up, the NFL is not going to make as much money from these advertisers, which I think probably is their biggest source of income. And that's a big deal. So when they go back to negotiating these big TV contract deals, the advertisers might come to them, the networks might come in and say, hey, listen, all this super woke stuff, you know, is not good for viewers. It's not good for eyeballs on the screen, right? The ratings are going down. The viewership is going down. We can't pay you guys as much as we planning it to because your audience seems to be dwindling, not growing. I mean, just the trend over the last decade is that the NFL audience has been growing, right? The NFL has become more popular. It's exploded. Now, we had some ups and downs, you know, with the Kaepernick situation that took a hit. But once he kind of got out of the league and everything kind of, you know, went back to normal, it was, you know, smooth sailing up until now, where you now have teams, you know, openly standing for the so-called Black national anthem and sitting for the regular national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, which is the true national anthem. And you think that the American people are going to stand for this? No, they're not. There are people that really value that anthem in our country and what it stands for. And when you offend your fan base, when you offend your customer base, you're going to lose money. You know, first things first, the NFL players should stand for the anthem to show respect for the country, in a country that allows them to play a child's game and make millions of dollars, first and foremost, right? But second of all, it's just in their economic best interest to do so. And these woke revolutionaries, these super liberals out here telling the NFL players to do the opposite, aren't really looking out for them. They're not looking out for their best interest. I'm looking out for the players' best interest. That's why I'm so passionate about this subject, because they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money. And you got a lot of these people that are too overly emotional about this issue. There's too much emotion involved. There's not enough thinking and logic involved because there's a lack of leadership. There's no real leadership. And then you got these people that come in my comment section coming at me, oh man, it's not about money. It's not about, we trying to fight for justice and equality. Well, how the hell do you think you fight for justice and equality? Do you understand the police brutality issue is a socio-economic issue? Do you understand that? Do you understand that because some of these communities are impoverished communities? that these people are more likely to resort to crime and drugs and violence to try to get by? And do you realize with more crime, drugs, and violence, there's going to be more police presence? And with more interactions with the police, don't you think there's going to be more people killed by the police just in virtue of having more interactions with the police? I mean, it's a very simple stuff, man. This isn't hard to understand. So what the players really need to be trying to do is that they need to be trying to fight poverty. That's what they need to be focused on, which means they need to be focused on their money, economics. It's simple stuff, man. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying to these players, man. These protests do nothing for the economic situation of these communities, which means they're going to do nothing for police brutality. You can raise as much awareness if you want. Everybody's drawing their line in terms of how they feel about this issue. Everybody's picked a side already. And the NFL ratings have shown you that even America's team is going to lose viewership behind this national anthem. And if America's team is going to lose viewership, all the other NFL teams are losing viewership. The only reason that Tampa Bay New Orleans game did so good is because everybody wanted to see Tom Brady play in a Bucs uniform. That's why it did so well, right? That was an anomaly. Everything else is indicating that the NFL is going the route of the NBA and it's going to hurt the NFL. The NFL doesn't have China to supplement its income. These players are going to lose money. These players are going to lose money. Y'all woke people, y'all super liberals, y'all not going to make it up. You're not going to make it up because you don't buy tickets to go to the games. You might buy merchandise, but you don't buy tickets. You also, a lot of y'all don't have cable. So you doing everything, you streaming all your games and stuff like that, doing things that don't contribute. And that's the problem. If you're asking these players to kneel for the national anthem and you're supporting their kneeling, you're also going against the best economic interests of the communities that these players say they're trying to help. It's not hard to figure out, guys. It's really not. You know, all they gotta do is stand and show respect for the national anthem and for a country in which, you know, we are great despite our past. Yes, we've done some terrible things in the past, guys. It's human nature, guys. Stuff happens, right? But at some point, you know, you got to move forward and come together and unify on something, right? If we can't even unify behind the national anthem, then what's the point? Protesting the national anthem is not worth it. It does nothing. It solves nothing. It literally does nothing at all. But if they show respect for the flag in this country and the military and they stand for the national anthem, more people are going to turn on the TV. The NFL's going to get more money because the NFL is not a woke league. And they're going to get more money. More people are going to watch the NFL. Which means in virtue that these players are going to get more money. The more money that these players get is the more money they can put back into their communities. Duh. Come on now. I don't know how many times I have to explain this concept to people, man. Like, most people get it, but you always have those people that just are thinking so emotionally that they can't grasp the concept of simple group economics. It's very simple. And that's why I'm making this video. It's to show you guys and the people that, you know, detract from what I say that, listen, guys, I'm sympathetic to the players' cause. I understand what they're fighting for. I don't believe they're fighting for it in the right way. I believe they're doing it in a dumb way. And I'm telling you, this is the real way they should be doing it. Stop trying to focus on making a scene and gestures and pissing off white people, and focus on doing your job, making your money, and making a change that you want to see. Everybody has to do that, guys. That's just the way things are done. And to say it's not about money is just stupid. It is about money. That's why the players are going to the owners and asking the owners to, you know, cut them a paycheck for their cause and to use their resources. Because it's about money. Why else would you ask the owners to do something? What else do the owners have? They have money. But at the same time, the players, they got money too. They own 50% of the league. It's a partnership. If the players pool their money together, they can accomplish whatever they want. They can open up a huge bank if they wanted to. These are not necessarily revolutionary ideas. They're just common sense ideas. They're ideas that actually work, but they require sacrifice. They require sacrifice and they require real leadership to implement. And crying and whining and getting, you know, emotional about police brutality is not going to fix it. It's not going to fix anything. Again, these players have enough money to create their own lobbying entity that can lobby Congress to change some of these systemically racist laws on the books. It's not hard, guys, but it takes time And it takes having a plan, and it takes real leadership. Protesting the national anthem is stupid. It does nothing. It just pisses people off, and it's disrespectful. It's just disrespectful to the flag, to the military, and to the people that really, 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 really resonate with our country. And you're really disrespecting yourself too, because again, there's no greater country on earth for black people than the United States of America. Show me a country that's better for black people than the United States of America. They can't. You won't be able to show me one, because if there was one, then all of you guys will be moving there. But you won't, because you know that in America you're gonna have the best life that you could possibly imagine, right? Compared to 99% of the rest of the world or anybody else that's ever lived. You living like kings, relatively. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have issues to solve. That doesn't mean we don't have problems. But again, those problems are the responsibility of those in the community to solve. They're not a responsibility of everybody to solve. No, that's not how it works. This is a society of competition. People compete. That's just how it is. So you got to take care of yourself, right? Like that's just how it is. And most people in this country are concerned with taking care of their families, paying their own bills, you know, doing well at their jobs, right? They can't be concerned about all this other social justice stuff. If you still don't understand and you still don't get it, why protesting the national anthem is stupid and you shouldn't support it, if you don't understand why it's disrespectful, I really don't know what to tell you at this point. I've clearly laid out the reason why it's disrespectful and why it's not good economically for these players or the NFL or the communities they say they're trying to help. If you don't get it by now, there's nothing else I can tell you. You just don't want to get it. But like I said, if you stop thinking emotionally and start thinking in your head and thinking strategically, maybe you'll get it one day. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.